This is class number 1 of our Healthy Relationships Masterclasses. Head over to our website, couplesdevelopment.com, and grab your copy of the accompanying downloadable workbooks for this masterclass on masculine and feminine energy. Click free resources to download either the men's workbook, Grounded Strength, or the women's workbook, Survival to Serenity. Link in the description. Masterclass: Understanding Masculine and Feminine Energy. Authentic masculine energy naturally brings out feminine energy because the two are like puzzle pieces that fit together, creating balance and harmony in relationships. When a man steps into his true masculine energy, showing strength, stability, decisiveness, and grounded leadership, it creates a kind of space where feminine energy can thrive. Here's why. Number 1, creating safety and security. Masculine energy naturally has a protective vibe, which helps create a space where feminine energy feels safe to show up. Feminine energy thrives on openness and vulnerability, but that can't happen in an environment of fear, mistrust, or instability. When a man shows time and again that he's reliable and can protect, it lets his partner relax, drop her guard, and lean into her softer, more intuitive side. Number 2, providing grounding and direction. Masculine energy is all about focus, purpose, and direction, while feminine energy is more fluid, creative, and expansive. When a man shows up with clarity and intention, it acts like a grounding anchor, letting the feminine flow without feeling scattered or overwhelmed. For example, when a man is confident and decisive, it reassures his partner that she doesn't have to step in and take charge. This frees her to embrace her nurturing, expressive side. Number 3, encouraging emotional expression. Feminine energy thrives on connection and being able to express emotions, while masculine energy is great at holding space for those feelings. When a man stays emotionally steady and listens without judgment, it makes his partner feel safe to open up and share what's on her mind. Knowing her emotions will be met with patience and understanding builds trust and intimacy, which allows her feminine energy to shine naturally. Number 4, being fully present. Masculine energy is all about being grounded and fully in the moment. That kind of presence is super reassuring to feminine energy, which craves connection and feeling in sync. When a man is truly present, paying attention and showing he cares, it sends the message that his partner matters to him. This lets her relax and naturally lean into her feminine side without feeling like she has to fight for his attention or approval. Number 5, leading with strength. Real masculine energy isn't about controlling. It's about leading with strength and a touch of vulnerability. When a man shows up with honesty and openness, it lets his partner know she can trust him and rely on him. This makes it easier for her to let go of the need to always be in control because she feels supported, valued, and safe in the relationship. Number 6, balancing the feminine's flow. Feminine energy is all about being dynamic, emotional, and intuitive. It moves in waves and embraces change. Masculine energy, on the other hand, brings steadiness and structure, kind of like the riverbanks that guide a flowing river. This balance lets the feminine feel supported while still being free to explore and express her creativity and emotions. Number 7, inviting trust and surrender. When a man consistently shows up with love, care, and reliability, he creates a space where his partner can relax and trust him, not in a submissive way, but in a way that lets her let go of always needing to be in control. This isn't about giving up her independence. It's about stepping out of that exhausting always-on mode and into a dynamic where she feels honored, cherished, and truly supported. That's when feminine energy really comes alive. Number 8, creating natural attraction. Masculine and feminine energies naturally draw each other in, because they're opposites that balance each other out. When a man steps fully into his authentic masculine energy, it naturally brings out and strengthens the feminine energy in his partner. This dynamic creates chemistry, passion, and a sense of harmony, where both people can lean into their natural strengths while appreciating what the other brings to the table. Number 9. Bringing out playfulness and joy. Feminine energy is all about lightness, joy, and finding beauty in the little things. When masculine energy is steady and grounded, it creates a safe space for the feminine to let loose and embrace her playful, spontaneous side. This balance keeps the relationship fun and emotionally rich, with the feminine bringing excitement and depth, while the masculine offers stability and focus. Number 10. Honoring her feminine traits. Masculine energy that truly celebrates feminine qualities like compassion, creativity, and emotional depth helps those traits shine even brighter. When a man genuinely values and respects his partner's feminine energy, instead of trying to change or suppress it, it empowers her to fully embrace who she is. This mutual appreciation strengthens the bond and brings a sense of harmony and respect to the relationship. Together, these 10 elements show how masculine and feminine energies can work together to create a dynamic where both people feel seen, valued, and free to be their true selves. It's about building a partnership where each person's strengths complement the other, making the connection even deeper and more fulfilling. No matter what your beliefs are, Christian or not, the story of Adam and Eve has a lot of wisdom to offer when it comes to relationships and marriage. The story of Adam and Eve and the mistakes they made has much to teach us about the importance of masculine and feminine energy. These patterns show up in modern relationships, creating a lot of the same conflicts and imbalances. Eve trying to take control and Adam blaming her for his own choices highlight struggles that still play out in relationships today. Eve's attempt to control, a shift in feminine energy. Eve choosing to eat the fruit and then giving it to Adam can be seen as her trying to take control and step outside of her feminine. In that moment, her feminine energy shifted from being nurturing and supportive to something more manipulative or controlling. This mirrors what often happens when women feel unsafe, unheard, or unsupported. They may try to take charge of situations, relationships, or even their partners. Instead of leaning into trust and collaboration, this reaction is usually rooted in fear or insecurity, which can create tension and pushback in the relationship. Adam's blame, a shift in masculine energy. When Adam messed up, his first reaction was to blame Eve instead of owning his choices. This shows a breakdown in masculine energy, shifting from leadership, protection, and accountability to passivity and deflecting blame. By pointing the finger at Eve, he avoided taking responsibility and let her take the fall instead of stepping up as a protector and leader. The same pattern shows up today when men, faced with relationship challenges, fall into blaming their partner instead of taking responsibility and showing true leadership. How these patterns play out in relationships. Women trying to take control. When women feel unsupported, misunderstood, or unprotected, they might step into controlling behaviors to make up for the lack of secure masculine energy. This can show up as criticism, micromanaging, or taking charge in areas where their partner has stepped back. While the goal might be to restore balance, it often backfires, creating more tension and breaking down trust and respect in the relationship. Men shifting blame. On the flip side, when men feel overwhelmed, unappreciated, or disconnected from their purpose, they might avoid taking responsibility for relationship problems by blaming their wives. Instead of addressing their own part in the issues, they deflect, much like Adam did when he blamed Eve. This creates a cycle where men dodge accountability and women are left feeling unfairly blamed and burdened. The root of the problem, fear and disconnection. At the core, these patterns come from fear and disconnection. Women's controlling behavior and men's blame are both ways of reacting to that breakdown, stemming from a loss of trust, safety, and alignment in their relationship. When trust, respect, and accountability are missing, the balance between masculine and feminine energy gets thrown off, leading to constant conflict and misunderstandings. Finding balance in relationships. Breaking the cycle takes effort, but it starts with both partners stepping into healthier versions of their natural energy. For women, focus on building trust, being open to collaboration, and letting go of the need to control everything. It's about leaning into vulnerability and realizing that real strength comes from partnership, not trying to take over. For men, step up as a leader by taking responsibility and owning your actions instead of placing blame. Create a safe and stable environment where your partner feels supported and able to thrive. The path to a more satisfying dynamic. In an empowered relationship, the imbalances from Adam and Eve's story are replaced with mutual support and understanding. Masculine energy shines as a protector and leader, creating safety and direction, while feminine energy thrives in its nurturing, intuitive, and open nature. Together, these energies build a partnership that reflects harmony, love, and shared purpose. By recognizing these patterns and making a conscious effort to shift them, couples can create healthier, more fulfilling relationships that allow both masculine and feminine energies to show up in their most authentic and powerful forms. Although this may be an unpopular opinion, we believe that many women are tired of constantly having to prove that they can do what men can do. Deep down, most women don't want to perpetually operate in masculine energy just to gain respect, credibility, or security. Instead, they want to feel respected, honored, and cherished enough to embrace their natural feminine energy, allowing themselves to be softer, more intuitive, and emotionally expressive without fear of judgment or exploitation. However, living in a culture steeped in patriarchy and misogyny makes that incredibly difficult. Patriarchal and misogynistic beliefs, such as the idea that women are inherently less capable due to their quote-unquote weaker emotional nature, have created a society where femininity is often devalued or perceived as a liability. These harmful narratives force women to suppress their feminine traits, leaning instead into masculine energy to survive and thrive in a world that too often disrespects or dismisses them. As a result, femininity becomes associated with weakness, making many women feel that it's unsafe to fully embody their feminine nature. This is why, despite men claiming they don't want quote-unquote masculine women have become the norm. Until more men ally with women to dismantle the misogynistic view that femininity is inferior, women will continue to feel the need to prove their worth by adopting traits traditionally associated with masculinity, like assertiveness, independence, and competitiveness. These traits are not inherently bad, but when women feel compelled to prioritize them to gain respect, the natural balance of energies is disrupted. The solution lies in rethinking the way society views strength, capability, and feminine energy. Women's emotional intelligence, intuition, and nurturing qualities are not signs of weakness. They are sources of immense power and value. True equality doesn't require women to prove they can do everything a man can do. It requires society to recognize that what women inherently bring to the table is equally significant and deserving of respect. As the old saying goes, tell me I can't do something and watch me do it. Women have risen to every challenge placed before them, not because they wanted to prove they were quote-unquote as good as men, but because the world left them no choice. If men truly desire a return to more feminine energy in women, it starts with creating a culture where femininity is celebrated, protected, and valued. This means rejecting misogynistic views of women as weaker or less competent and actively working to foster an environment where women feel safe to rely on their feminine energy without fear of being dismissed or undervalued. In the end, feminine and masculine energies are not in competition. They are complementary forces meant to balance and enhance one another. When women are free to embody their full, authentic selves without societal constraints, everyone benefits, creating healthier relationships, stronger communities, and a more harmonious world. The problem with overcorrection. One mistake society keeps making is overcorrection. When we try to fix a problem, the pendulum swings too far in the opposite direction, and instead of finding balance, we end up creating a new problem. It's like throwing out the baby with the bathwater. And that's exactly what happened with traditional gender roles. Instead of keeping the parts that worked and letting go of the parts that didn't, we tossed the whole thing out. Now, we've got two generations, millennials and Gen Z, who are feeling lost and confused about how to make relationships and marriage work. The old rules don't apply anymore, and no one really taught us new ones that are sustainable. We're left trying to piece together what love, partnership, and family should look like, and it's tough. We also have to face the fact that previous generations did the best that they could with what they knew at the time. They wanted to protect us, to keep us safe, and to prepare us for a world they thought was changing for the better. But in their efforts to correct past wrongs, they sometimes went too far, leaving gaps in how we understand relationships, love, and family. Their intentions were good, but the consequences of those overcorrections have been huge. Now, it's up to us to grieve what was lost and start rebuilding. We can take the wisdom of the past, learn from the mistakes, and create a healthier, more balanced way forward. It's not about going back to the way things were. It's about moving forward to something better. Something that honors the good from before while addressing the real needs and challenges we face today in love, relationships, and family life. Remember to grab your downloadable copy of the accompanying workbooks, link in the description. We are your relationship coaches. To learn more about our work and our mission, visit us at couplesdevelopment.com.